Hello friends, welcome to Electrical Design Engineering YouTube channel. This is our lecture number 70 of our free course ETAP. In this lecture we will discuss about the earth mat design. We will design the earth mat in ETAP. Generally for designing the earth mat we are using the CDEGS software, but I do not have that software. I will show you how you can design the earth mat on that ETAP. First of all, we should know what is earthing and what is its importance. The earthing is connecting the metal body of an electrical equipment to the earth using a low resistance metal strip or a wire. Here I have tell the metal body. You can say also the earthing is connecting the metal body and the neutral of the electrical equipment to the earth using a low resistance metal strip or wire. The metal strip can be made of copper or a galvanized iron, depends upon the project. Every electrical equipment has three parts. I have taken here the example of a transformer. Even every electrical equipment has a three parts. That is the inner conductor that carries the current. These are the winding. And insulation, that stops the leakage. This here the oil is used as the insulation, and in windings we are also using the paper insulation. And outer metal body, that is this body which is the tank of the transformer. This is the outer body. You can see in cable also there is the inner conductor, then there is the insulation, then there is screening. And suppose due to the aging or heating, insulation gets damaged, so metal body comes in contact with the live part and becomes live. If a person touching the body, it gets the shock. Now the question arises, when a person gets electric shock. Why a person gets electric shock? When the equipment is already placed on the ground, which is connected to the ground. You can see a transformer is already placed on the concrete structure. When a person touches the body, and if there is an insulation leakage, if there is a damage in the insulation, why a person gets the electric shock? Even if the equipment is sitting on the concrete, it does not protect a human from the shock, because to explain that, let us consider the body of the equipment is live and human is touching the body of the transformer. Now there exists two paths to the ground for the current. One through the transformer body, concrete and ground, and another through the transformer body, human and the ground. There are two paths. One is through the concrete to body to ground, another is from transformer to human to ground. The amount of current through these two paths flow according to the resistance. Concrete has a high resistance than human, so majority of current will flow through the human. Suppose the voltage of transformer body is 240 volt. Resistance of the concrete as per IEC 60287 and IEEE 80 is around 1000 ohm or to 10,000 ohm, and the human body resistance is around 1000 ohm. Now calculate the current through each path. Current through the concrete is V divided by R concrete, that is the resistance of the concrete. It becomes 240 divided by 1000, that is 0.240 amperes. Through human body it becomes, I have written R concrete, it is R human. You can consider 1000 is the resistance of the human body, and it becomes 240 milliamperes. Equal current is flowing from both. That means 240 milliamperes current flow through the human body, which is very dangerous, because as per IEEE guidelines, human body can tolerate 116 milliampere current only. Here it is 240 milliamperes. So to prevent the human from electric shock, earthing is needed. Now consider when I connect the metal body of the equipment to the ground through strip. Now we will connect the metal body of the equipment. For our example, here we have taken the transformer to the ground through a metal strip. The GI strip has very low resistance, around 0.0227 ohm for 10 meters, which is very low. Almost 99% of the current flow through the strip and almost zero current flow through the body of the human. Earthing is also important for detecting single line to ground faults. This point, that is earthing, is used for the detecting the single line to ground faults. I will show you on the ETAP. Earthing is essential for detecting single line to ground faults because it provides a low resistance return path for fault currents. Fault current to flow back to the transformer neutral, enabling productive relays to sense and clear the fault instantly. In an unearthed isolated system, a single line to ground faults are not produced because there is no closed loop, so a relay cannot detect it, allowing the system to run under fault conditions and elevate voltage on healthy phase, is causing overstressing of insulation and damaging the equipment. That means if a single line to ground fault occur in any unearthed system, ungrounded system, the single line to ground fault current will not flow because there is no closed loop, because the system is ungrounded. So when there is no current, the relays will not sense the fault, and fault system is running under fault condition. Another problem is that it also raises the voltage of other healthy phase. When a fault occurs, the voltage of other healthy phase increases, which causes the overstressing of the insulation and causing the damage to the equipment. I will show this to you on the ETAP. This is my ETAP. I have made two systems, simple two systems. I have only you to show that when a fault occurs, when a single line to ground fault occurs in a system, what will happen when the system is ungrounded, when our system is unearthed, when the neutral is not earthed. That is right question here, because this system is, you can see this system is grounded and this system is not grounded. Here we have neutral grounded, here we do not have the neutral grounded. So we can go simply and perform the short circuit analysis and run 60909. Now you can see, we can go to the display options and we have selected a single line to ground fault here. Okay, you can see the in single line to ground fault the current is 0.47 kiloamperes here. This is the single line to ground fault current, and here it is 0. When it is 0, that means the system cannot detect it, the relays cannot detect it, and the system will run under fault condition. Another problem is that what is happening here, the voltage of other phases is 20.95 kiloamperes. This is 33 kV bus. The voltage rise becomes 20.95 kiloamperes volt, but here you can see the voltage has risen to 36.3 kilovolts. That is what I am saying, that in the single line ungrounded system, voltage rises to healthy phase and causes voltage stress. Okay, that is the thing which I am explaining to here. Now, types of earthing based on the function. In electrical power system, earthing is broadly divided into two main parts based on purpose: system earthing or grounding, and equipment earthing. System grounding, the system earthing is connecting, that is the neutral of the transformer or a generator is connected to the ground. It provides self protection of the equipment, which I have explained in the ETAP here. And second is the equipment earthing, that is in the equipment earthing we connect the body of the equipment to the ground. It provides protection to the person, which I have already explained to you. Now when we design the earth mat, we are evaluating, we are saying our earth mat is okay or not based on the step potential and touch potential. Step potential is the voltage difference between 2 points on the ground surface 1 meter apart experienced by a person standing or walking near a ground structure during a fault. This is the condition you can see here. When a fault occurs, it creates a voltage rings in the ground. They have different voltage, each ring has different voltage. When a person is standing on the ground, it is one step is on the one ring and another step is at another ring. There exists a potential difference, and this potential difference is called the step potential. And when a person touches the grounding structure, The voltage between the feet and the hand is called the touch potential, because it is touching the grounding structure. Okay, now this is the inputs of the earth mat, which is one of the our project in which we have designed the earth mat. These inputs I will take in the ETAP, and then I will design the earth mat, and these are the results. You can see step potential is this and touch potential is this. Our step potential and touch potential, calculated step potential and calculated touch potential should be less than the tolerable touch and step potential. That we will see in the next lecture.